Imagine a life where pleasure is truly yours, where the deep, pulsating connection you crave isn't just a fantasy, but a felt reality in your own body. For too long, many of us have been caught into a cycle, seeking connection in shadows, finding only a distorted echo of what is truly possible. I know that sometimes escaping the grip of porn seems impossible, that true embodied pleasure looks like just a dream. But what if I told you it's not only possible, but it's your birthright? What if reclaiming your real pleasure is the most revolutionary act you can commit? Today, we're going beyond the problem to unveil the path to breaking free, feeling alive, and experiencing pleasure so profound it will rewire your entire being. Stay with me because this is where revolution begins. Welcome to Brazilian Pleasure Diaries. I'm Paula Aparecida, your somatic sex coach and therapist, here to guide you in bringing back orgasm, the raw, pulsating rhythm of life inside of you, this vitality with a Brazilian swag. My mission to help you cut through the noise, reconnect with your body's ancient wisdom, and reclaim your pleasure as a radical act of self-empowerment. Because believe me, if I can do it, you can do it too. Before we dive deep, meu amor, please do me a favor, do us a favor, yeah? Subscribe this episode, rate, comment, and share. Why share? Because I'm sure there are people around you who are addicted to porn. And it's a taboo thing. They're never going to say, oh my God, I'm addicted to porn. Please help me. No. So when you share this episode with them, I am sure you will help someone. So do it. Let's move on. Today, we're concluding a 3-part series, The Porn Trap. In episode 6, Porn, My Feminist Secret Shame, I shared my personal journey through porn addiction and shame. In episode 7, Porn, Killing Our Erotic Pleasure, we explored the huge impact of porn in our society and also our capacity for authentic connection and pleasure. And today in Porn, Reclaiming Your Real Pleasure, we are turning the page. Yeah. We're moving from understanding the problem to actively creating a solution. This is where we reclaim our bodies, our pleasure, our life. My own journey into the world of porn addiction and also my path to recovery is deeply intertwined with my experience of childhood sexual abuse. This is not an easy topic to discuss. I can feel this in my body. My breath turns longer and deeper, but it's crucial for understanding the roots of this embodiment and the false promises of porn. After the abuse, I developed 2 primary symptoms, dissociation and dysphoria. I didn't feel like my body was mine. I didn't feel like I was truly in it. There was a profound disconnect, sense of being an observer rather than an inhabitant of my own physical self. The dissociation made it incredibly difficult to process emotions, to even perceive what was happening within my body. The ability to elaborate my own feelings, to truly sense and understand my physical sensations was severely impaired. It was a fertile ground for addiction, a way to escape of being in a body that felt alien and unsafe. Porn became a readily available, destructive coping mechanism. It offered a simulated intensity that, for a time, masked the deeper void. But the path to reclaiming pleasure isn't just about erasing the past, because actually this is impossible. It's about confronting it, feeling the traumas and the pains we've experienced. And I know it feels like craziness or a horror movie, but actually it's much easier than it looks. I'm not telling you like it's easy as if, I don't know, chewing a gum. No, it isn't. But if I compare the way that I felt before confronting my traumas, oh my God, I always think I should have done this sooner. Why did I spend so much time suffering, in pain, in fear, without feeling myself, my pleasure, my body? Oh my God, hurry up. Yeah, that's the message. I know, but you don't need to do like this. Yeah. And also if you need some help, some grounding, if you need someone to hold your hand and guide you into this path, I do it. and I do it with a lot of pleasure. So talk to me, fill the form for a discovery session. Let's move on. Feeling the traumas and the pains we've experienced to make them stop becoming burdens or unconscious patterns that makes us flee, run, or freeze, and turn them into realities we've lived through, we understood, and we integrated. This awareness, this sensory learning, allows us to move forward, not with a naive, untraumatized body, but with a body that has survived, learned, and is now ready to embrace pleasure on its own terms. Yeah, we are survivors. I'm gonna make it. As the Brazilian saying goes, fazer do limão uma limonada. Turn lemons into lemonade. We transform pain to light. We sublimate it. It's important to clarify that this journey of healing doesn't mean you need to relieve every detail of the trauma. For me, the full understanding of my childhood abuse only came much later, in 2019, and the connection with my porn addiction even later, in 2021. 22. I stopped being porn addicted in 2016. It took me almost 10 years to really understand it, but I didn't have the issue any longer. Can you see that? And it's interesting to understand that I could only really know my painful self story when my body didn't have the symptoms any longer, when I didn't feel any pain in my clitoris, when I didn't feel addicted to porn. You see that? Your body is the answer. You don't need to suffer like that. You don't need to relive your trauma with your mind. You need to connect, to go back home, to go back to yourself. That's what I did. And I can tell you, if I did it, you can do it too. Everybody can. Of course, there are people who have issues related to their brains, and these are due to car accidents or even genetic things. These are exceptions. I've never got any client with this kind of situation. Everybody I could work with got back this power, this orgasmic power, and didn't need any longer to be addicted to porn or any of this stuff. The key is to acknowledge the impact, to understand how past experiences have shaped your relationship with your own body, with pleasure, with people around you. And when I say understand, please be aware. I don't mean by you know the story by heart. I don't mean by understanding with your mind. I mean understanding with your own complete self. And you're made of emotions, mind, and body. It's like the difference of information and knowledge. When you have knowledge, you know it deeply within yourself. Nobody can take it away from you. But information, in a second, you Google something, and then 3 days later, what did I Google about? Very important to say this is about empowerment, not re-victimization. You're not gonna relieve the trauma. You're gonna overcome it, but you cannot overcome it without feeling it. Yeah. But in order to feel it, you need to be strong enough, ready to do it. I've seen a lot of people go into these healing experiences, but they were not ready to do that. They were not, I don't know, strong enough. And when I say strong, I don't mean like individually, oh my God, you're weak, loser. No, no, no. I mean, you need to feel safe enough in order to go deep into the shadows inside of you, into the things that really, really, really hurt you. Yeah. So you need this safety environment. You need to learn how to feel safe in this kind of situations. Yeah. That's what I do. I help with this and I love it. Let's move on. Let's revisit the insidious nature of porn industry. This is really important. It takes something divine, cosmic, and deeply powerful, our sexuality, and commodifies it. It transforms a sacred act into something you can buy it online in a click. And I don't come from this moralistic sense that believes that sex is something only after marriage. Yeah. I am a spiritual person, but not religious. I don't think that religious institutions are good and healthy for humankind. Yeah, if you study history, you're gonna see that very easily. I really believe that sex is something magical, creative, powerful. We're talking about the power of life, our genitals, so strong and so beautiful and so sacred. And porn turned this into a trivial, stupid, unimportant thing. you can buy in a click. Oh my God. And in doing so, it creates huge problems for everyone who is involved in it. For those working to the porn industry, it often leads to depression, anxiety, and profound disembodiment. It forces them to relive and re-experience heavy traumas, to perform public exposure, to dissociate from their bodies, to fake pleasure they are not feeling. This act of dislocating oneself from the body to avoid pain is deeply unhealthy, sickening. It's a process of illness. For consumers, the addiction to the dopamine hit of porn also educates the mind to expect a kind of excitation that is incomplete, disconnected from the body's full capacity of pleasure. It teaches a small, diminished pleasure controlled by the narrative of porn itself. It prevents individuals from connecting with their own energy, making them dependent and addicted. Men and women alike forget how to make love, learning that sex is a performance, a series of specific acts, like a script they are following, rather than a deep dive into discovery, connection, and huge pleasure. The consequence? People become frigid, unable to achieve or maintain erections, or can only ejaculate without truly come, sem gozar, without to experience profound pleasure. The real wound is here, the normalization of an industry that robs us of our authentic sexual pleasure. Most men and women are not truly experiencing orgasm. This is real everywhere, even people who think they are. And they're not. I was one of them. If I compare my orgasm capacity when I was addicted to porn and now, oh my God, it's incomparable. And back then, actually, I couldn't really imagine how strong orgasmic energy was. I didn't know I could feel that. And maybe, not maybe, probably that's happening to you. Because real orgasm is an altered state of consciousness and deeply body pleasure at the same time. And a person who is addicted to porn is addicted to a false promise of pleasure. It's not pleasure. Domestication, it's control, it's castration of the deep pleasure. Consider the neurobiological impact. When you're engaging in authentic, embodied pleasure, your brain releases a symphony of hormones. Oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, prolactin. Porn, however, often hijacks dopamine reward system, creating a cycle of craving and a temporary gratification that leaves you feeling empty and disconnected. It's a shallow imitation of the profound chemical dance that real pleasure orchestrates. The brain's reward system can become desensitized with excessive porn use. This is science, not me. And then it requires more extreme and new stimuli to achieve the same level of arousal. Let's talk about the incredible chemical symphony that happens in your body when you reach your authentic pleasure. This isn't just about a fleeting sensation. It's a powerful neurobiological event that profoundly impacts your well-being. First, the oxytocin, what we call the love hormone or the cuddle hormone. It's released during orgasm and it plays a crucial role in bonding trust and social connection. When you experience pleasure in a connected, embodied way, oxytocin floods your system, fostering feelings of intimacy and reducing stress. Then we have dopamine. While porn can trigger a quick, intense dopamine rush, leading to addiction, authentic pleasure releases dopamine in a more sustained and integrated way. This isn't just about craving, it's about motivation, reward, and a genuine sense of well-being. It gives you drive for life, for connection, for creativity. Endorphins are your body's natural painkillers. They provide you a sense of euphoria and pain relief. During orgasm, these powerful neurochemicals alleviate physical tension, headaches, menstrual cramps, and general discomfort. And serotonin, the happiness hormone, contributes to a feeling of well-being, calm, and contentment. It promotes a deep relaxation and a sense of peace, the feeling of being truly at ease in your own skin, deeply satisfied. And finally, prolactin, associated with feelings of satiety and post-orgasmic relaxation. It's the kind of relaxation you feel when you're very hungry and then you eat. Oh my God. So good. It contributes to sleep induction and a deep sense of calm. It's a signal that your body received what it needed. So this reminds me The hippies, yeah, they used to say, make love, not war. Yeah, they were right. They were scientifically right. I'm not gonna go through the explanation about orgasm. That will be a video about it. But I just want you to understand that when you lose the ability to really come, yeah, you lose the ability to feel happy with yourself, to feel mentally healthy, to feel creativity inside of you, to feel peace, yeah, to feel painless. Can you understand the problem of it? Come on. They take your power away. They take your health away. At the end, they're taking your life away. The solution, the light I found in my own journey is to go back to my body, go back to myself. It's about learning to feel again, to feel pleasure, and also to feel pain, to feel everything inside of you, to perceive when you are reliving a story versus experiencing deep and authentic pleasure, to know the difference. It's about knowing yourself, it's about knowing your body, it's about knowing your pain, it's about knowing your light, and knowing your genitals in a profound, intimate way. I know it seems like craziness or magic, but it's not. When you're traumatized, your body often reacts automatically, like a reflex. It's like when someone criticizes your favorite sport team or your favorite, political figure, and you react without thinking. The goal here is to become aware of these automatic reactions inside of you, to recognize when a trauma is leading you down a familiar, painful path, and then to consciously choose a different one. It's about switching off that automatic pilot, no longer being deluded into thinking that what you're feeling is pleasure when it's actually pain again and again. And again, as you slowly learn to feel what true, deep pleasure is, you begin to see easily that pleasure offered by porn is not pleasure indeed. It's not pleasure at all. It's pain. You're going to see that by yourself. And you're not going to see that by a moralistic sense of, that is wrong. No, 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 no. You're going to feel this strangeness. You're going to feel like the opposite of pleasure. You're going to feel like this, ugh, disgusting. You're going to feel like, what is happening here? You're going to be able to get rid of this sadomasochistic dynamic that our society often normalizes, where love is confused with violence. But when you learn from the inside out, with your body, with your emotions, to break free from this, then is when the porn loses its grip. It hasn't power over you any longer. This is what happened to me. When I reconnected with my authentic pleasure, porn no longer made sense. It felt like craziness. Actually, as I told you in the other episode, my vulva got like dry. I couldn't feel any pleasure at all. For me, it felt disgusting. It felt stupid. It didn't feel like sex. It didn't turn me on. It didn't excite me. And why? Because I was conscious. I was connected with my mind, my body, and my emotions as one. To achieve this consciousness, you need to unravel those traumas. As I told you before, you don't need to know the story by heart. You don't need to relive the story. You don't need to know every detail. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. It's about to get in touch with this repressed energy inside of you, that desire within you that you often fear to express, that feels like a monster, a beast, something terrifying. It's about befriending that energy, bringing it into the light of your awareness. You're the master of your own body, of your own story, and of your traumas too. This process of embodiment is not about the intellectualizing. It's about sensing. It's about allowing yourself to feel, to truly inhabit your body. It's about understanding that your body is not separated from your mind, but it's an integral part of it. So how do we start this journey of sensory re-education? How do we return to the body and cultivate this authentic pleasure? It begins with simple, consistent practices that bring you awareness. We're going to begin today with a simple practice that will start to bring you awareness back to your physical self. One of the most accessible and easy ways to reestablish connection with your body and with your pleasure is self-massage. This isn't just about relaxation. It's a profound act of self-love, self-discovery, and somatic re-education. Let's start with a heavy-handed massage that involves applying firm, deep pressure to your body. Use your palms, your knuckles, even your elbows. Focus on areas you tend to hold tension. Your shoulders, your neck, your jaws, your hips, and especially your pelvic floor. This kind of deep pressure helps you release the muscular armor, increase the blood flow, and bring sensation back to areas that might have become numb or dissociated. It's about grounding you. It's about breaking through dissociation. It's about saying, I'm here in this body. I can feel myself. This is just a small practice. Even though you feel like it's too much, try. It's going to help you. Or the opposite. If you think, come on, this is too little for me, try it in presence. I'm sure it's going to help you. Remember, the act of reclaiming your pleasure is a deeply revolutionary act. In a world that constantly commodifies our bodies and our desires, choosing authentic, embodied pleasure is an act of defiance. It's a rejection of the patriarchal capitalist system that thrives on our disconnection, on our shame, and on our constant seeking of external validation. When you connect with your cosmic, divine, gostosa, ai deliciosa sexual energy, you're not just improving your sex life, you're tapping to a wellspring of creativity, vitality, and power that extends into every area of your existence. And it's not just about more intense orgasm. It's about a greater capacity of joy, of resilience, connection, and purpose. It's about living a life that is full, truly, authentically yours. This is the essence of what I call erotic sovereignty. It's a radical notion that your pleasure is your own, dictated by your body's wisdom, not by external narratives and manufactured desires. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-love, and ultimately self-liberation. It's a journey that I'm honored to walk with you. If this episode resonated with you, if you're ready to get into this journey of pleasure and get rid of this addiction to porn, I am here to help you. I am honored to help you. So how do you do this? Fill the form for a discovery session. You can find the link here in the description of the episode, and you also can find the link in the Instagram Brazilian Pleasure Diaries. The reconnection with your body and your pleasure is possible. Let's do it. A second thing, we are reaching the end of this episode, and I'm sure you can think about one person that needs to hear this. I'm sure you're going to think about 3, 4, 5, maybe 10, maybe your family, but think about this one person and do something. Share this episode with this person now to help this person and also to help Brazilian Pleasure Diaries. The last but not the least, please write a comment here. I read them all. I will answer you back. Tell me, how do you see porn and orgasm in your life, in society, with people around you? I promise I will answer you back. Thank you for joining me in this profound journey. It was really deep for me, and I hope it was deep for you too. This concludes our mini-series, The Porn Trap, Reclaiming Your Erotic Power. I hope these 3 episodes have offered you new perspectives, deep insights, and practical tools to start overcoming these addictions and begin your own path of liberation. Until next time, keep pulsing, keep living, keep revolutionizing. Direto do Brasil, beijo. Até a próxima. Tamo junto.